Alright, boys and girls, tonight we're going to talk about my impressions of Mulholland Drive, some thoughts, commentary. Whether any of it is original or not, I don't know. I didn't spend a whole lot of time researching the reactions to this film, which is 20 years old now, though I just saw it for the first time last week. The curtains were not a coincidence. But again, I didn't spend a lot of time figuring out how people have interpreted this film. I'll just know that I was moved by it, and I would even dare say I classify it as a masterpiece because of the insight that it provides for he who has eyes to hear and ears to see. At any rate, a lot of profound phenomena are depicted here regarding the female psyche, woman with a capital W and woman with a lowercase w, to say it in a way that is perhaps cheesy, but perhaps also the most apt that I can think of right now. At any rate, some of these thoughts again may be commonplace. I don't know. You can tell me if I've perhaps hinted at something that is new, or whether I'm just rehashing old ideas. I don't know whether Lynch himself knows what he's done here with this film. I had read that he was amused at people's interpretations, as multifarious as they have been. I find it interesting that different publications have categorized this film as great, but they don't know why exactly. I hope that it's not because there are lesbian scenes here, because let me tell you folks, that is irrelevant to the film, in the sense that there are no real lesbian scenes here. There is no real lesbic love. What we have here is a masturbatory phenomenon, namely a certain aspect of womanhood clinging to another. The personal and the impersonal, and that's what this film is about in a large way. Is the impersonal component, the raw force that is woman with the capital W, and the attempts at the fragment, the sliver of the feminine that attempts to be the personal individual woman, which is depicted by the blonde Naomi Watts. And where do we begin with the analysis of this film? First of all, in the latter part where we see the blonde who people think is attracted to this brunette woman, who is attracted to the film director. Okay, Naomi Watts' character there is always only attracted to the film director. She is trying to keep that brunette component subdued in that life. That's their sexual relationship, is the blonde trying to keep that raw force of womanhood at bay so that she can have a personal and real relationship with the man that she wants, which is the film director. She fails at this, and in desperation murders the brunette, which is Diane, right? And Diane is both women before they are separated. Diane is both. She's the one who kills and the one who is killed. She's the one who kills the other and the one who kills herself. That's the woman, undifferentiated. Personal, impersonal, it's all there in her. And all we see of that really in the film is nothing but a corpse, if you think about it. So the life of the woman only comes out either in the personal or in the impersonal component. And that's what we're shown in this film, in both halves. In the second half, again, the Watts character, the personal component, is frustrated by the overwhelming force of raw womanhood, and she eliminates that, or attempts to. But because she, as woman, even in her personal element, is still attracted to and dominated by that force, she has this sense of regret and loss when she kills that raw, demonic feminine in her. She has to end her own life, and then she is taken, we are shown, a new version of life where she is happy. This is the first part of the film. She's happy, and the brunette component, the power of womanhood, is subdued, amnesiac, and it's important to note that that raw force, that raw, brutal force that is called woman, is able to pass in and out of active power and a so-called, or a supposedly impassive amnesia. And that's how we see her in the first part of the film. She is depotentiated in some fashion, although obviously she wins out even here, which is the tragedy of this film, that even in this new life, which we are shown, the demonic force wins out. Even when she's been subordinated, even when she has been assimilated, even when she has been tamed to a large extent, she has the blonde wig on, she's becoming part of the personal woman, she still wins out in the end. Because the blonde, the personal element of woman, wants a real relationship with a man, with data of humanity, a life, feeling, thought, looks, glances, the experience of time. And that's what Naomi Watts' character has sought. She doesn't know it in her new life, which we see at the beginning, but she is struck by the director of the films, and the director sees her now for the first time. He sees her, he's attracted by that. And yet she is afraid. In that moment of decision, what happens? She runs away to her friend, and who is her friend? The tamed, raw, feminine. She's running back into a schizophrenic, masturbatory autism. And that's very tragic, and it happens. And it happens to a lot of women. That's what we see there. So her goal, her attempt at salvation has failed. That's what we're shown in this film. There are many more things I want to add. Let me know how this one went. This is part 1, and part 2 shall be coming shortly. Thank you.